Okay, so spiritual warfare 201 part 3. Let's talk about inner healing and triggers. Demons are guard keepers. So when you are not healed from anything, and there's so many things that we cannot be healed from, and then like I just got healed in my sleep last night and didn't even know I had a part of me that needed to be healed and taken to heaven. But anyways, when you have trauma in your past, when you have abuse, when you have rejection, when you have abandonment, when you have believed lies of the enemy, you have parts of you that are unhealed. And when demons want to get you to come into agreement with them so they can get the upper hand in your life, they are going to trigger your wounded parts. Okay? So let's say you get offended easily because you don't know your identity in Christ. It's easy to get offended if someone says you're stupid or you're dumb, or they just kind of write you off like you don't know what you're talking about. You could get offended and be like, I feel rejected. That person doesn't know me and they're making assumptions about me. And when you let that fester in your mind and you don't take your thoughts captive, that causes an offense, and the enemy will use that as a legal right to stay in your life. That's why forgiveness is so important. But that's why I teach about the secret place, about going in the secret place for healing. Because if you have parts of you that have been offended and been rejected and been abandoned and been abused, the enemy is going to trigger that. And the parts of you that are not healed and you haven't given that over to Jesus, you're going to be like a puppet. The enemy's going to play you like a puppet. So you have got to get healed. So here's what I say. Jesus, please show me any parts of me that are not healed. Okay? I'm going to give you a very real example of something I did not realize I had not given over to Jesus. When my grandmother died, my mom kind of shut down for a period of time out of shock because my grandma died suddenly, very suddenly, and she was young. And I ended up having to be the grown-up in the situation and protect myself because my mom was just shut down, and I believed that I was all alone and I had to do it by myself. So years later, the Lord said I needed to give that to him because I was not healed, and I did not have to protect myself because he was there with me always. So the lie was that I was by myself and I had to be the grown up, and I also, the demon holding that part was abandonment and fear. Okay, so Jesus, I had to give those parts to Jesus, and then I had to basically come out of agreement with those demons. So those demons were guard keepers, and they were keeping little parts of me in a prison. So for the sake of time, I'm making this video short, but to get free and be delivered and to stay clear of spiritual warfare, you have to ask Jesus, what have I come into agreement with that's not true? And show me the demons that are keeping my parts, my past, in a prison cell. Okay, I hope this helps. Wait for the next video.